What is up, guys? Today we are looking over the Kizer Mini Sheepdog. This is model number C01C with a design from Sheepdog Knives. We have the Kizer logo and we're rocking the VG10 steel. This knife was handed over for sharpening. Although it hasn't been sharpened yet, I did carry it the day it was given to me for sharpening. Let me clean the blade off here. And I want to talk about it. It's a relatively new offering from Kizer. It's part of their Vanguard series, which essentially means that we're going to be dealing with some G10 instead of titanium, and we're going to be dealing with a liner lock instead of frame locks most of the time. And let's go ahead and do, while we're here, a size comparison. So there's the Mini Sheepdog. Here is the large or full-size Griptilian there. You can kind of see the difference there. And we also have, let's see if I can even fit this in frame. We have the Kizer Critical. So yes, the Sheepdog is a small knife, and that's something that you have to be aware of. Sorry, got stuff on the handle there. Aware of when you buy this knife. So if you're a small knife guy, this may be a knife that you have to get in your collection. So let's go ahead and get into some specs, and that way we can talk about whether this knife is for you or not. The blade length is 2.63 inches with a cutting edge of 2.5 inches. Blade width 1.25 inches. Blade thickness 0.11. I already told you we are rocking the VG10 steel. We have a handle length of 3.14, so you got a good pie there. And we have a total weight of a whopping 3.17 ounces. So you definitely get a good carry with this light of a knife compared to something like 6 point something ounces from the Kizer Critical. Now, as far as grip on this knife, I get about a 3-finger grip on that, and that's it. You just can't put 4 fingers on. Some people can. I wear a XX glove, and so that's what's going to happen. Just a 3-finger. Now, it does feel good in the hand. It really doesn't bother me too much. I would say there's a little bit of a hot spot with the pocket clip here. On this edge here, just kind of digging a little bit when that knife is adjusting like that. So also you can go ahead and put a 3-finger grip here, get yourself in a pinch grip, and you're able to cut like that with a good feel. It really does. That hot spot pretty much goes away when you have it like this. So kind of cool. Now we are working with the G10. We do have these really nice blue collars here over the pivot screws. They aren't doing the Kizer pivot screws such as the Critical, which is kind of cool. Something different. I think I would have been a little bit... Actually, I think I would have preferred it on this knife rather than this knife, but hey, whatever. So yeah, with this knife in for sharpening, it's really cool to get my hands on it and be able to carry it a little bit and be able to kind of talk about it with you guys. There's plenty of reviews out, but there's not many reviews with bigger guys who have bigger hands. So overall, I really, really have enjoyed this knife, and it's hard to give it back. But there's one thing that has really bothered me about this knife, and it may be something that keeps me from ever buying one. But for the price, it's going to be hard not to buy one. These only come in at $69. You can get them about $50 on the used market. So with that price, it is hard to beat. The action is superb. You can shake it down if that's what you're into. You can flick it. You can light switch it or push button it. I'm pretty sure I could even, you could even reverse it there. Get into all sorts of stuff here. Oh, let's try that again. Don't cut yourself. There we go. So you can get into a little reverse grip here. Swing the knife over. So yeah, it is very functional. You know, if you're a small knife guy and you're looking for something different, looking for that big little blade, this is it. You know, maybe you've never tried a cleaver, or something with a sheep's foot, something that's just a little bit different than having, you know, that much belly to your knives. Maybe you haven't tried a Warncliffe. Well, you know, this is something that may be for you, especially in the small knife range. You know, it really is a little big knife, which is cool. I do enjoy that kind of knife. So what is the one thing that's keeping me from absolutely falling in love with this knife? Well, let's take a look. This is the liner. Let's look at what you have to close that liner. Depending on your angle of attack here, maybe that much. That's not much. And so, is that a huge deal? No. I mean, I have other liner locks, but they're easier to get to because they have this cutout here. With this not having a cutout, and this having such a big flipper tab, let's just take a look. I mean, that is a pecker, if I can say so myself. When that flipper tab comes down, look what happens. See that? And now what? I've hit before the detent ball. So now you have to get past the detent ball before you can close it. So yes, that's the one thing. Is it a huge deal? No. You can get around it. You can get used to it. But it definitely bothers me hitting my thumb every time I close this knife. You can see it every time. It's always going to hit somewhere around there. And look, I'm locked up. So I have to get past that to close it. So yeah, that's the one thing that's kind of holding me back from this knife. You know, it is, I mean, it's a great piece for the collection, and that's, you know, what you do. If you're looking for just an EDC blade and you don't want something large, I still recommend this knife, especially at that price. Perfect action. We do have really good blade centering too. Look at that. So there's not much to dislike about this knife. Even, you know, not having a full grip, it still feels really good in the hand. It's just this liner lock that bothers me, combined with the flipper tab. That's the only thing. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really like hanging out with you guys and just kind of talking about knives. But I am running out of time today, and I need to sharpen this knife. I got some other stuff to do, and so we're going to have to get going. But I guess I can kind of show you some last-minute details here. See the grind lines there. It has a perfect plunge line there. See, it's ground perfectly straight. There's a G10. It's not super grippy G10, but these little cutouts actually help out a lot, just when you're opening and closing the knife. Anyway, guys, again, I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this video, which is kind of tough, apparently. This is the Kizer Mini Sheepdog. Thank you, guys. We'll talk to you soon.